is 7:34 if you're watching live on CBSN Minnesota. I'm Jason DeRusha. Welcome to Daybreaker. So nice to have you with us today. We're also live on Facebook and Twitter. Glad to be bringing you news where you're at when you need it. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your partner. Alaman left. All of a sudden felt like I'm calling square dancing. It is going to be a little too hot for square dancing today, I think. Try to keep your dancing to a minimum, or at the very least do it in the morning, because it's going to be warm and muggy. We will be under a heat advisory by 4 o'clock this afternoon. Kind of the same deal as yesterday, right? Man, it was stinking hot. Just was not pleasant at all. Good day to go to the beach, though, if you want to do that. Spend a little time in a lake. Go jump in a lake. Tell your kids the news guy told you to do it. Humid tonight as well. Same deal tomorrow as well. Let's talk about this. A reason to get outside and soak up some of that humidity, right? How about a hike? How's that feel? It's National Park Service Founders Day. Today is the 104th anniversary of the creation of the National Park Service, authorized by President Woodrow Wilson in 1916. To celebrate, all national parks are free. Minnesota has 6 national parks you can check out. I didn't know we had 6 of them. We want to know what your favorite park is in Minnesota. That's what we're going to talk about. What are our 6? We got the Voyageurs National Park. Can you guys name all 6 of our national parks? The tricky one is the river, the Minnesota River, right in the Twin Cities, is technically a national park, and I think that's pushing it. You know what I mean? Yeah, 6 of them. All right, I have the answer for you as to what those 6 are. We'll reveal that at the end of the CBSN Minnesota Daybreaker. But let us know your favorite park. We'll share some of your favorites in just a moment. We just got an update on Jacob Blake, the black man shot by Kenosha, Wisconsin police. His father tells the Chicago Sun-Times that his son is paralyzed from the waist down. The last report from the hospital has said he is in serious condition, but that news just coming in from his father that he's paralyzed from the waist down. A second night of protest in Kenosha, and things got nasty again overnight. Fires, vandalism. I've heard hundreds of people protesting overnight. Lots of video coming in. Frustration boiling over. Some in daylight marching and chanting for Black Lives Matter. In that crowd, Kenosha's mayor promising that everyone will know the truth, that justice will win, and with due process. Still so many unanswered questions, right? If you were waking up this morning hoping to have some idea as to what was the conversation, what was the dispute, what could have led an officer to unload 7 times in Blake's back, what was in that car? No answers for you this morning. We also saw protests in downtown Minneapolis late last night. Officers arresting 16 people overnight. MPD detained 5 people at first, and then sheriff's deputies held another 11. They tell us that was for probable cause riot and damage to property, which our news crews did witness outside the county jail, the adult detention center. To politics now. President Donald Trump has been nominated for a second term. No surprise there. He kicked off the Republican National Convention by saying coronavirus and an unfounded warning about voter fraud could cost him the election.
What they're doing is using COVID to steal an election. They're using COVID to defraud the American people, all of our people, of a fair and free election.
President Trump's surprise appearance and charged warnings resonated throughout the opening night in live speeches. Republicans who said this was going to be an optimistic convention. The speeches may have presented a different image. They painted a dark vision of America if Democrats should win. President Trump also said the only way he could lose is if the election is rigged. Headliners tonight include First Lady Melania Trump and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Just got an update from the National Weather Service saying Hurricane Laura has formed in the Atlantic. It is a hurricane. The storm projected to cause devastating damage along the Gulf Coast. Forecast to be a Category 2 or 3 hurricane when it makes landfall. Where will it hit? We don't know. The trajectory has it between Texas and Louisiana. It could head towards Houston, Texas, late tomorrow or early Thursday. We'll be watching closely. Minnesota's largest school district still plans to start the year with a hybrid learning model, but teachers say they're being left in the dark about the details.
We just want to make sure that the teachers are safe, because a lot of them are really worried about how it's going to be rolled out.
Anoka Hennepin teachers, staff, supporters lined the streets in Anoka to send a message to the school board, which was meeting last night. Teachers say they're worried about ventilation in the classrooms. They're worried about protocol for reinforcing masks, which is a good question, right? Are the teachers supposed to be the mask police all day? The district did approve a plan to have elementary students start with hybrid learning. Middle and high school students will do distance learning for the first 2 weeks before switching to hybrid. That is a move we're seeing a lot of. So more and more school districts saying, you know what, we'll do distance first, give us 2 weeks, and then we'll do hybrid. What will 2 weeks do? Who knows? University of Minnesota even admitting, as they delayed their move into dorms for at least 2 weeks, that, you know what, it's not like something magic happens if we wait 2 weeks, but I think a lot of places saying we don't want to be first. Board of Regents approved the change yesterday. It applies to Twin Cities, Rochester, Duluth campuses. Classes there start online. The Board of Regents says, yeah, we'll prorate we'll refund you 2 weeks of housing and dining costs for the move-in delay. The Navy's newest ship is going to be named after the Twin Cities, and it's almost ready for its commissioning. That'd be the formal naming of the ship. Right now, it's just a ship. It is the future USS Minneapolis-St. Paul. It's completed its testing phase in Lake Michigan. It's an LCS built to operate mostly near shore for a variety of missions. The ship is set to be commissioned next year. This is going to be the second ship named Minneapolis-St. Paul. The first was a submarine that served from 1984 to 2008. And I just want to say, I think it's outrageous. It's not the USS St. Paul Minneapolis. Why is Minneapolis first? Sick of it, Minneapolis. We get it. You think you're the best. Take a look at the latest issue of Sports Illustrated. That was cool, right? While I was yammering on about St. Paul and Minneapolis, hopefully you are looking at the Gatorade High School Athletes of the Year, which includes our own Hopkins basketball star, Paige Buckers. Look at Paige there, right on the cover. She helped guide her team to a perfect record in a state championship last fall. She is playing for UConn. Basketball on UConn. The best team in the country. Good for Paige. Congratulations. Zoom is hoping for a better morning today after a massive outage on yesterday. Did you miss a Zoom meeting because of this outage? It's back. Sorry, you got to have 14 Zoom meetings now because the service is working again today. Zoom says this started around 9 Central, rolled out a fix. It was back up by around noon. Company CEO apologized, promised to, try harder. Make sure an outage like that doesn't happen again. Good job, buddy. Try your best. That's what I tell my kids. I don't really mean it. KFC's slogan is changing for the time being. You won't hear it's finger licking good for a while thanks to COVID-19. Come on. Health officials say people need to avoid touching their face to prevent it. Is this real? This is a real story. How dumb. Isn't that dumb? Am I wrong on this? That is about as dumb as it gets. Take that video off. I'm mad at you, KFC. That's so stupid. I'm going to get Popeyes today just to stick it to you. All right, let's talk parks. Hi, Eric.
Hello.
Today is National Park Founder something or another day. So it's free to go to a national park.
It's been on your calendar for a while.
Yeah, oh gosh, who doesn't celebrate the founding of the National Park Service? I tell you, I had to pay to go to a national park in Wisconsin, the National Forest. $5. It was a bargain, I thought.
Oh, I was going to say, how dare they, but...
Well, I was glad to pay, but then when we walked out after we hiked to see a waterfall, there was a park ranger there writing tickets. He's like, hey, which car is yours? I'm like, oh gosh, I paid, buddy. So anyway... we asked people their favorite parks, and we also asked if they could name the 6 Minnesota parks. What do we got?
We got a lot of national parks that are not in Minnesota.
Okay.
We got Glacier National Park from Charles.
In Maine, right? Montana.
Yes.
All right.
And Nate said Blue Mound State Park, Laverne, Minnesota, so that's one in Minnesota.
That's a nice state park, yeah.
State park, yep.
We didn't limit it to national. You could just pick your favorite park.
Paul said Love Interstate.
Oh, Interstate State Park is a cool state park, for sure.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Carrie said Itasca.
Ah,
Love
very
Itasca.
good. Yeah.
Paul also said yes, Itasca big time. Dean said Pipestone.
Pipestone. That is one of our Pipestone National Monument, one of our 6.
And Suzanne said, just scrolled right past her. She said Blue Mountain State Park.
All right. Are you ready for our 6 national parks? Because I didn't know there were 6.
Yeah, I don't.
Did you know there were 6?
I didn't.
Ron? Riley? Nobody knew. Nobody.
No.
Riley's not even listening. It's fine. I don't even listen to his forecast, so don't worry about it. Minnesota National River and Recreation Area. So that was one I knew about here,
Right.
and that's the office for that is right in St. Paul. The North Country National Scenic Trail, Pipestone National Monument, Grand Portage National Monument, St. Croix National Scenic Riverway, and Voyageurs National Park. Is that 6?
That would be 6.
Yeah. All right. Honestly, we get kind of the short straw when it comes to national parks, don't you think?
I mean, you could look at it that way, or you could look at it as we have fully 6 to explore.
You could, but
And most people haven't been to one.
well, you got that right. Very good. All right. Well, have a great National Park Founders Day. Celebrate however you celebrate. That's it for the Daybreaker from CBSN Minnesota. Hey, we're your only local streaming news source, and we appreciate you hanging out with us. We'll see you again tomorrow.